oh, my bank account has insufficient funds. No surprise there. Or LeBron fans saying, yo, yo. Justice for the blind, just something that'll find in the rhymes that are coming from. All right. Welcome to the bonus episode we're gonna do here because we're fucking cool like that, and because also I forgot to mention this topic on the previous episode. So I am a creature of adaptation. I adapt to my environment, and that's what we're doing. Oh shit! Oh no, it doesn't matter. Please ignore any notifications I get.
Just turn them off, man.
Yeah, let me do that. Oh shit, there's a lot of notifications there.
You should just.
We rocking. It's not that important. All right. As you can see, to spoil it, you should see a picture to the right. Hopefully, if this is working right. Otherwise, I'll just post it with the podcast. We're gonna talk about Skip Bayless's dumbass top 10, because Skip is a character at this point. Of himself. There was a time where he was like a respectable journalist, except that there was also a time where a respectable journalist, just keep in mind that he wrote a piece in 1995 or something like that, where he was an NBA, he was a sports journalist. He writes a column about whether Troy Aikman is gay. He was a columnist for the Dallas, one of those, Dallas Gazette or Dallas, whatever the fucks. Yeah. And he wrote a piece about whether Troy Aikman was gay. So Troy Aikman hates Skip Bayless because that has nothing to do with football. Whether Troy Aikman was gay or not doesn't matter. So yeah, Skip Bayless is an asshole. But there are reasons why I wanted to talk about this. Go ahead, Vic. You have something to add?
I would say, though, Bob Costas actually quotes a Skip Bayless piece about Michael Jordan during Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah. Listen, again, aside from the gay Troy Aikman thing, Skip was a respectable journalist. You know what I mean? It's just like he's always been a little bit questionable. You know what I mean? But he's earned his ropes. A lot of these guys on ESPN, he's not on ESPN anymore, but it's just, I guess, important to note that a lot of these dudes have like earned their respect. Like Tony Kornheiser is the voice of Washington. Jackie McMullen, and who's the other guy that's always on around the horn? Bob Ryan, is that it?
Oh yeah, Bob. Yeah,
Bob Ryan, the voice of Boston.
Boston Globe.
Yeah, the Boston Globe. Michael Wilbon is the voice of Chicago. These guys are like, they have earned their time. We don't have one in Philly. I don't know who the closest would be. It'd probably be like. No, it's fine. So
it used to be Stephen A, but once he got on TV, though, he started pretending like he was
only ever
a
from
Knicks
New York.
Fan.
Yeah. You know what? It would have probably been this dude, Eskin, except that he pisses everybody off. One likes how.
Yeah, but he's Skip though.
He is, but the point is, he is one of the most important writers in Philadelphia. Like him and. Who's the other? There's one I'm like completely blanking out on.
Oh, Sal Palantonio.
Sal Pal is one too, but Sal Pal does a lot of reporting in New York as well. Whatever, it's not important.
He does all the Eagle stuff.
He does all the Eagle stuff. So all of these guys have earned their stripes. All of them are like, you know what I mean, the top of their profession. So it's just important to keep that in mind. But this ranking is a fucking joke. It starts fine. Let's get to it. All right, MJ at 1. There's no debate here.
Yep.
Actually, it doesn't really start fine. It starts fine as in number 1 is fine. Michael Jordan is fine.
That's it. Yeah, that's
it. And after that, every single person, every number is a mess. I don't mind Bill Russell at 6.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't mind Timmy at 5, but that's because I love Timmy. He's not 5. I'm going to be honest. But let's talk about the fucking problem is LeBron at 9. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's super crazy.
Yeah,
I'm super crazy.
Vic and I, we're not like LeBron lovers or LeBron fans per se. But
no, I'm not a fan at all. But he's still not the 9th best player.
Yeah. Like you can like not like someone, but still have them properly ranked, which is at the least 2nd.
Yeah. Well, I would say at the least 3rd.
Okay.
But 2nd is fine. Like if someone goes Michael, Kareem, LeBron, I don't have a problem with that. If someone goes Michael LeBron, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
But 9 is like, that's a different stratosphere than what he
Yeah.
should be.
That's just hating. There is no, by no statistical measure, is Kobe Bryant better than LeBron James.
No.
And the only statistical measure where that aids me when someone says that is that I then tune them out of their basketball opinion. You know what I mean? When someone says, no, Kobe's the greatest, I'd be like, good. I know exactly who you are, and I no longer need to talk to you about basketball because you think Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player you've ever seen. Maybe it's the best you've seen because you've watched 3 Kobe games and no other person on this list.
Right. Which just means you're ignorant.
Correct. Yeah, you're just ignorant to the game. And but the thing is, with the people who think that Kobe is the greatest, like that segment of the population are people that when you use facts and facts, they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They just kind of they don't care anymore.
Right.
But by no statistical measure is Kobe better than LeBron.
No.
By no statistical. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, but just to make it clear, when we're talking about a better player, we're not just saying like who scored more points or dished out more assists. We're not just saying who would be like beat somebody else on one-on-one. We're not saying who has the best jump shot or the highest vertical. We're talking about the whole package.
Correct.
Were you skilled? Did you have a high IQ? Did you make other people better? Did you win?
Yep.
The whole package. This is the top level pantheon. This is the highest suite of basketball. The highest level. Like it all matters. And they're all great and we're nitpicking, but that's what you have to do when you get to this level.
Yeah, and that's the point. That's exactly the point, is the nitpick. You know what I mean? This is exactly what we talk about when we talk about the MJ versus LeBron. What puts LeBron second, for me, is when you start nitpicking. And you have to mention the Maverick series, and you have to mention those things because that's how you decide who the greatest basketball player of all time was. That's not how you decide who the 30th best basketball player of all time is.
No.
When you're talking about 1 or 2, that's kind of how you decide it.
Correct.
And when I say statistical measure, when I say statistical measure, which is a word I've statistically always struggled by saying, when I say that, I'm talking about like I think the argument for people for Kobe is always like, oh, but he was clutch. Well, no statistic supports that Kobe Bryant was clutch, except that he shot a lot of shots in the clutch. The percentages show that he is not very clutch. They are not high percentage shots. Now, a lot of that is because he was a person who understood the moment better than almost any NBA player ever. Like, MJ, I don't think necessarily actively understood the moment, but was just such a creature of greatness that he was always going to take the moment. The moment was always going to be his. You know what I mean? Kobe's life is about wanting to be MJ, so he would understand this is an MJ moment, and I need to now do something great here. You know what I mean? And I think that forced him to take a lot of bad shots, but statistically, LeBron is a far more clutch player, if that's going to be your argument, is a more efficient scorer. I mean, is just the second greatest basketball player of all time. I'm sorry. And you could argue was the greatest. There's no excuse for him at 9.
It's just simple. He's better than Kobe. He's Magic, but like he's Magic and Bird kind of together. Is really what LeBron is.
Yeah.
Right? The size, the athleticism, but even that, like even a better athlete than both of those guys.
Yeah.
But like skill wise, as a basketball player, he's kind of them combined. Not maybe the only thing that's lacking is not the elite shooting that Larry Bird had, but he makes up with that, and probably the greatest physical athlete that the league has ever seen.
Yep.
Or at least up there.
Yeah, maybe other than like Wilt, but even that's unfair because it's like it's Wilt in comparison to other athletes that are not necessarily great. I mean, LeBron comes in at a time when there are already a lot of great athletes in the NBA and is just a cut above all of them. You know, one thing I'll never forget this. I remember not towards the end of Kobe's career, but towards those last championships. I remember thinking, how, like, just basically, how could Kobe beat LeBron when you just looked at them together on a screen? It was just like, this guy is just bigger, faster, stronger than Kobe, who is one of the greatest ever. You know what I mean? And that's to your point. I mean, this is someone who is just an absolute monster athletically, but then had all of the talent with it, all of the skill with it. I just like there's just no world where Shaq is the third best player in the world to
Nope.
me, ahead of
Nope.
Kareem.
Nope.
Tim at 5. Like if I reorder this list, all right. So let's reorder this real quick. MJ is 1. We know that. You have Kareem at 2. You said.
Well, why don't we end this by you giving your reorder and I'll give mine.
Okay, so my reorder is MJ. Shaq may not even be here. I'm not sure, but let's reorder this list.
Yeah, just this list itself.
Let's just
this is
reorder
not
this
our
list.
top 10. Let's just reorder the list.
Reorder the list. Shaq goes to 10. MJ goes to 1. See, and here's the thing too. I'm sorry, not to. This is what I do. I'm sorry. I got to add a million stipulations to everything I fucking do in life, even my relationships. I'm sorry. When I think about the greats, and I mentioned this on a different podcast, I don't even know if you can assign numbers in some cases. I think about it as if you're at a cafe,
Mm-hmm.
who is at what table? So at the GOAT discussion table, MJ and LeBron are sitting there together talking. Now, I have MJ as 1. He's my greatest. And LeBron is like 1A, you know what I mean? Or 1B, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then at the next table, Kareem sits alone because he is that way. You know what I mean? And then at 4 and 5, Larry and Magic sit together.
Yeah.
And they talk, you know what I mean? And discuss whatever the fuck they're going to discuss. Then Timmy, Will, and Bill sit together. All right. And then Kobe and Shaq make up pretty much at 9 and 10. So if you're giving it numbers, so let's give it numbers. MJ's 1, LeBron is 2, Kareem is 3. Then it's, let's say, Magic 4, Larry 5, Timmy is 6. I'm sorry, not Timmy. Let's say Bill Russell is 6, Timmy is 7, Will is 8, and Kobe is 9, and Shaq is 10.
Okay. Mine starts off I have the same 5 in the exact same order. I'd have MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Bird. I would then have Timmy, Kobe, Bill, Shaq, and then Will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. You know what I mean? I probably shit on Kobe a little bit too much. You know, God rest his soul. I be hating on him a little bit too much. I always have been a little. Listen, you're talking to the same person who has once proposed the argument that Kobe's career is overrated. But the problem is people take that and run with it. I just say Kobe is overrated as in I think he's 9. I don't think he's 1. You know what I mean? When they say Kobe's in the GOAT discussion, I'm like, is the GOAT discussion 1 through 9? Because then, I guess he is in that discussion. Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's in relation to the Kobe fanatics that can't be rational about him.
Correct. Exactly right. And then it's one of the reasons I want to talk about this too, because it's like when you look at this, if you go on Twitter and look at this list, and you look at the comments, like there is no rational thing. This is worse than politics. The debate, the LeBron Michael debate, is worse than fucking politics at this point. It's either Michael fans that say, "Oh, why does LeBron?" Or if you go to LeBron's last tweet, right? Michael fans saying, "Oh, what do you want to go 3-7 in the finals now?" Right? And then LeBron fans saying, "No, LeBron just wants to make sure that he's my bank account has insufficient funds." No surprise there. Or LeBron fans saying, he's just going to continue becoming greater than MJ. You know what I mean? There is no middle point. You know what I mean? There's no fucking midpoint. And that's the point I wanted to make here. You know what I mean? Listen, for Bank of America, it's important to know everything is in insufficient fund for Bank of America. You know what I mean? Because they charge you up the ass of fees. They're looking and they're like, listen, we about to hit you with these fees, and my brother, you got insufficient funds in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Next time, turn off notifications.
Nah, I'm gonna leave them just on. I think it's fucking hilarious to talk about while we're doing this. And in fact, I'm gonna prompt more notifications to come during the podcast time. So yeah.
No, you're correct. It's this is just Skip being a troll, and I honestly think that he's at home like, I did it again.
Yeah.
I got these motherfuckers talking about me.
Yep.
Like, people don't realize, like, your nasty, your offensive tweet is exactly what he was looking for.
No, you.
Keep my name in your mouths.
Yep. Yep. You're right. And here we are falling for this bullshit. But I think it is important to, you know what, we are falling for it, but it prompts us to at least have this discussion, because I don't think we've ever ranked the players. I haven't ranked the top 10 in a while.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
think it feels
Shaq
good.
wouldn't be in my top 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Shaq in my top 10 either.
It would probably be Olajuwon instead of Shaq for me.
Yeah, I was literally about to say Hakeem. I think you could argue Oscar.
Fuck Oscar.
Okay, I guess you can't argue Oscar.
You can argue him. I'm not going to.
No, I know. I'm just picking names that I'm throwing out there.
Maybe Moses Malone.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe Moses, Hakeem, Oscar. Any of those guys are sitting at the same table and are trying to break into the top 10, let's say. Yeah, I think that's it. Listen, LeBron is the second best player of all time at the least.
Yeah.
And there is no fucking debate for it. And I've said this on a previous podcast. In my opinion, everyone is trying to supplant Kareem for third for the rest of time. I don't know if there will ever be anyone who surpass. I don't think anyone will ever surpass Michael. I don't think anyone will ever supplant LeBron. I mean, the shit that LeBron's doing is, when it's all said and done, the career is storied. All right, I understand he has a storied career. Yeah, he lost finals. Okay, we get it. But what it took for him to listen, man, he took some shitty teams to the finals. It's fine to admit. We can be MJ fans and still say that. He's taken some trash ass teams to the finals.
Yeah.
And before you know, after many years after Jerry wins a Finals MVP after losing, there is a resurfacing of that discussion, because there was an argument that LeBron deserved the Finals MVP after they lost to the Golden State Warriors, when he was averaging like 40 a fucking game. Terrible shooting splits. He was averaging like 40, 10, and 8 or some shit during that Finals. It was like incredible to watch, man. Like it was amazing. And he's still amazing to watch to this day. He's averaging 11 assists a game. He's gonna fucking win the assist award this year. And this is year 17. He just is making it up as he goes along, man. You know what's funny? Last night, this will be my last point. Last night, NBA together replayed, I think this was it 2 years ago? I think it's 2 years ago, after they traded Kyrie. And they played the Raptors in the playoffs. And remember, the Raptors are a 1 seed. The Cavs at the time are the 4 seed. And everyone was like, it's going to be different this year. This is essentially what gets Dwayne Casey fired. You know what I mean? And this is what gets Dwayne Casey fired. This is what gets DeMar DeRozan traded, all of it. It's going to be different this year. It's going to be different this year. Not only does Cleveland sweep them, but in game 3, which is what the game they played last night, go watch it. Just if you don't think LeBron is if you think LeBron is 9th or anything lower than fucking 2nd, go rewatch this game. And watch LeBron just fucking toy with the Raptors for 4 quarters before hitting the most obscene game winner I've ever seen. He hit that fucking weird floater going left off the backboard.
Yeah.
It just looked like he was fucking around for 48 minutes. With just a trash team. It's not a good team, bro. I'm sorry. It's not a good team. And he takes him to the finals. Let's cut the shit. LeBron is the second best player easily, is competing for the great. Him and Michael will be fighting until the end of time. They'll be fighting like fucking God and the devil until the fucking time ends. We've all turned to dust, until the ozone turns into the biggest hole that engulfs us, until the aliens that have been released by the Navy come and destroy us, or the coronavirus has made us all stop breathing. These two will be fighting for the best, and that is it. That's just it.
No, but okay. It's always gonna be MJ.
It is always gonna be MJ. I didn't say that LeBron will ever beat him.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying they'll be fighting for it. I think they'll be fighting. I think it's closer than you think it is. Which, listen, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Because never, like the word never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We decide how big that word is here. This is gonna get real metaphorical. Like, this is super metaphorical and philosophical. The word never could be as thin as a string, but it's still unpassable. You know what I mean? Because it's the word never. And I don't think he will ever pass MJ, but I just think it is closer than you may agree with, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And that's it. So yeah, that's all we got. Just wanted to break that down real quick. Skip is being a troll. On the other side, Shannon is being a troll. Again, this is fucking worse than politics. All right, this has become worse than fucking politics, and we just needed to, we needed to put this in context, and that's it. All right, Vic, a man, a few words is said goodbye with a head nod. Goodbye, everybody. Yo. Yeah. Justice for the blind, just something that'll find in the rhymes that are coming from my mind. Used to come